60 Minutes responding to Trump's accusations, calling them false, and writing that Harris's interview was simply edited for time. Quote, same question, same answer, but a different portion of the response. Now, I'm inclined to believe that's true for this question, but why not release the unedited version of the transcript? I get that it is not ordinary course of business, right? News organizations view that as their work product. They don't typically release transcripts of taped interviews, but this is different. It's a rare interview with a presidential candidate. And so it does leave me wondering if CBS is convinced releasing the transcript will just cause them more headaches. Joining me now is Mike Pesca. He's a former NPR correspondent, now host of The Gist, the longest-running daily news podcast. Good to see you. You think I'm wrong? Tell me why.
Well, because news organizations should be independent, and they shouldn't be cowed by political actors. And in this case, I take what CBS and 60 Minutes is saying on faith. They had a question, and there was a two-sentence answer. So in one instance, they played the first sentence, and then they played the second sentence. And let me ask you, why is it, how is it that we even know about this great deception? It's because CBS released it.
Right.
They played one part on Face the Nation and one part on 60 Minutes. This is not a deception. It might be selective editing, which is known as editing. But every day on The Gist, I will sit down, I'll talk to someone for 40 minutes, then we cut it up into a 22-minute interview. Am I deceiving anyone? No, I'm serving the listener.
Let's agree on
crafting a story.
Let's even presume that there was no intention to deceive, right? But news organizations are supposed to be about transparency, right? They're always demanding transparency from their subjects.
Yeah.
And here we have a situation where the presidential candidate, the current vice president of the United States, was interviewed in the biggest interview she's done. And said news organization is saying, well, you know, transparency, yeah, we believe in it, but not really in this case.
Well, it is transparency as far as what we've heard from CBS.
Why not release the unedited
because
transcript?
Everything that she said is known in this instance.
Well, then what's the downside?
The downside is you let Donald Trump dictate your news agenda. It's not
so
Donald
do it for
Trump's
Dan Abrams. Do it because Dan Abrams is asking for it.
They could do that if they wanted to. They don't want to be bullied by Donald Trump. They don't want to give any credence to Donald Trump calling this the greatest deception in the history of broadcast.
You don't think the real issue is that if we see that transcript, there will be other choices that they made?
Yeah.
Stumbles, whatever it is, and immediately people will accuse CBS, fairly or unfairly, of bias. I think their concern is, well, you know, when you look at the transcript, we did make this choice, and we made that choice, and they're going to get mad at us about this or that.
That's pure supposition on your part.
It is pure supposition.
There could be uhs and ahs. I think a news organization is supposed to edit out uhs and ahs when you do, not on Dan Abrams Live, but you'll do a piece, you'll do a pre-tape, you'll do a report. You interview someone, I bet you've interviewed someone for an hour and used a sentence or not even a sentence.
100%.
And then you take out the uhs and ahs.
But if I
should they be able to demand that you put out the whole thing every time as a matter of course?
Not every time.
Yes.
But are there
which times?
Exceptions? When the presidential candidate, the vice president of the United States, does her biggest interview, it's 45 minutes, and you air 21 minutes of it?
Yeah.
I don't think there is any downside to the transparency that the media organizations demand.
The downside is establishing a precedent where you get bullied by an extremely bad faith critique. I mean, if you're right, if there is some scandalous statement in 60 Minutes
I don't think that there probably is.
Why would they? As a news organization,
my guess
it's in their interest to put that out.
My guess is there is no scandalous...
There's uhs and ahs.
Exactly.
And things that...
Choices that they made.
And things that critics might call a word salad. I think it's the Harrisonian preamble, right? Before she gets to the answer, she always talks around it. But, you know, Trump's critique is that there was something unsubstantive in the part of the interview that aired on Face the Nation. So CBS, 60 Minutes, was doing a good job by saying, all right, this really isn't of substance. Let's take the second half of the answer. There was no deception. You know what I think is going on? I think Donald Trump's a little jealous because 60 Minutes is the most successful television program in history. So he'd like, you know, he thinks The Apprentice is some great show. 60 Minutes is the most successful program, and the reason is they're great storytellers. And what makes them great storytellers is not boring us with stuff we don't need. Taking 45, turning it into a well-packaged 21, we all benefit as citizens and viewers.
But they don't have the longest-running news podcast.
No, that is true.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.